Sup nerds, I just got my box of EX9 from my LGS and we're gonna crack it open, so let's get to it. Alright, so there is one box topper pack that comes with 2 cards in it. Alright, so we have Huckmon from BT20 and Dracomon from BT20. So, cool. Alright, and our first pack, make sure to like this video for pack luck for me and pack luck for you. We have Pagu, Tokomon, Tuskmon, Soundbirdmon, Pomomon, Gizamon, Koromon, Protein, Gazimon, Raramon, Analogman is our rare, and Abadomon is our second rare. On to the rest of the packs. We have Kumamon, or Kunemon, Devidramon, or Devidramon, I don't know, Asmon, Tropiamon, Tanamon, Kabuterimon, Biomon, Nanimon, Raramon, and Agumon. So I am personally hoping to just pull Alter S stuff. I think out of this set, maybe Machine, but I don't know if I'd actually build it. But what are you guys trying to build out of this set? Abadomon for our rare and Andromon for our first super hit of the box. That is cool because it's a vaccine. I know someone that's for sure building Machine, someone that's for sure building Alter S. They'll build it before me. Someone that's actually going to try to build Negamon for some reason. Hyadramon Ace or Hyandramon Ace and Digitamamon for our second rare. And someone who's also building puppets. I'm sure you can guess who that is. Tokomon, Raramon, Angemon, Sukamon, Blitzgramon Ace for our rare, and Metal Tyrannomon for our second rare. Looks like we're going to have a Machinedramon box. I also need to stay aware that there are 2 foil commons or uncommons in the packs, so I need to watch for those. I don't want to accidentally miss them. Elecmon, Patamon, Numemon, Airdramon, Externamon for our rare, and Tynmat for our second rare. Yeah, I actually just watched someone open an entire case, and sadly they did not pull a single SP or 2-star. Felt really bad for them. So it's not guaranteed. On average, I think you will pull one, but not always. Crestgaru Ace for our second rare. It slightly, technically, I think increases the odds of this pack, or this box having an SP in it. Just because there's 12 boxes in the circulation that don't have it. This Edamon actually looks really good for a rare. And Blitzgramon Ace for our second rare. I'm really excited to do the release event for this set, because I just love sealed, and I'm really happy that we're able to do it for EX sets. Hopefully they continue that, because I really love sealed formats. Tynmat and, Mirai, sorry, for our first alt-art hit of the box. This is really good if you're into puppets. I'm going to sell that to somebody that I know. I have no real interest in puppets, but someone I know does. That is one of their pet decks. Tokomon, Palmon, Asmon, Kunemon, Elecmon, Gazimon, Monochromon, Extarano for our rare, and Kaguyamon for our third super hit of the box. Yeah, I'm not really sure what alt arts I want. I guess the Alter S. If not, then just valuable cards, so I can sell them and buy my singles that I want. Raramon and gross, dude. I got the Wind Guardian alt art. Cernumon, whatever. That's really sad. I was just talking about that. Well, maybe I'm gonna build Wind Guardian so I can cope for pulling the alt art. That's disappointing. I think you might be able to pull 3 alt arts in a box. I honestly don't remember the ratios now. Edamon for our rare and Metal Mamamon for our 4th super hit. So that is 3 Machinedramon pieces. Still haven't seen our foil common or uncommon hits yet. At least I hope I haven't. I could have passed them by because it's hard for me to tell in this lighting if they're foil as quickly as I'm going. Skullgramon for our rare and Mamamon for our second rare. Oh, also in the entirety of the case that I watched open, it was a sealed case. No alt art Cress and no alt art Megadramon. It's kind of wild. Titamon Ace and another Cernumon. Cool, the fabled double Cernu box. Let's get it. Well, maybe I will build Wind Guardians. Looks like I won't have to buy anything. Sag. Tanamon, Soundbird, Pomomon, Toko, Tuskmon, Giza, Monochromon, Numemon. I feel like I must have passed over some foil commons or uncommons. Mirai and Abadomon Core for our third alt art hit of the box. Cool. I know someone that will want this. It is keyword the card. Kind of crazy. So now I can also pull A 2-star or an SP and a non-alt secret, I think. I think that's how the ratios work, but who knows. Tie and Mat for a rare, and Blitzcrank Ace for our second rare. Hanuman, Parasaurmon, Sunamon, Ogremon, Elecmon, Nanimon, Protein, Patamon, Mirai, and Agumon. I had to have passed over some commons or uncommon hollows at this point. I feel like I've gone too far without seeing one of them. Soundbird, Giza, File Island, Gabu, Negamon, Kresgaru Ace, and Titamon Ace. These rares actually do look really good in the set, I will say that. I like that all the aces are rares. So the odds of you getting aced in the sealed event are pretty high. Hopefully you pull some in your sealed event, because you're probably going to need them. They're going to be the best cards in the set. Or for the sealed event. We finally got one, so Unimon, or Unimon, however you want to call that, for our first foil common / uncommon, then Raramon, and Digitamamon. Alright, since that one was pretty easy to notice, I'm hoping that the other one is too, and we don't have to go back through our box to find it. Betamon, Monochromon, Airdramon, Hydramon, Hydrosi, and Etamon. Eismon, Parasaurmon, Koromon, Gizamon, Soundbird, Suka, Airdramon, Nanimon, Skullgreymon for our rare, and Metal Greymon for our 6th super hit of the box. Alright, so we're at minimum still looking for our foil, or our second foil common or uncommon card. Elecmon. I have no idea how many supers you get in the box anymore. They've changed the ratios too many times. Analog Man, and Titamon Ace for a second rare. Elecmon, Dark Tyranno, Unimon, Pomamon, Toko, Palmon. Is this a Wind Guardian card? No, it's not. Well, that is our second foil common or uncommon. Definitely just a DM trait card. Doesn't look like you can really splash that in anything. Guru, X-Tyranno, and Karumon. Alright, last pack. Hopefully we can get some last pack magic. So far we only have 6 supers. That's probably right, but I honestly don't know. But we could still pull a 2-star and SP. Meat for our rare, and Hyandramon Ace for our second rare. Alright, now we'll see you guys in just a moment with our pull recap. Alright, and for our pull recap, as always, fat stack of rares. And then for our box topper pack, we got a Huckmon and a Dracomon. Cool, I guess. Then for our foil commons or uncommons, we got a Pal and a Unimon. And then for our supers, we got a Metal Greymon, Wind Guardian Boss Monster, Metal Mamamon, Kaguyamon, Metal Tyrannomon, Andromon. And then for our alt arts, we pulled Abaddamon Core alt, Wind Guardian Boss Monster alt, and Mirai alt. Overall, not bad. I honestly don't think there's a lot of value in this set to be had, besides like a couple of cards, so I would recommend buying the singles if you are going to build something. But I think this card's probably going to end up being worth, I think the Machinedramon cards are probably worth, and the Puppet. Based on what Ben's saying, the Puppet deck seems like it's going to be good, but you know, he copes on Puppet, so like I'd never really know to trust him until I see it with my own eyes. But overall, not a terrible box. Not super busted, but it definitely could have been a lot worse considering some of the cards in this set. This really does feel like EX1 Part 2, where there's just like a few cards that are going to have value, and then everything else is probably just going to be bad for most of the duration of the game. Besides like randomly being good with certain support in the future. But I appreciate you guys stopping by. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoy seeing this kind of content. Want to come back for more. But until next time, see ya.